Hi, good morning. Today, I would like to present about the goals in the machine, understanding social media psychology, prepared by Muhammad Hafiq Anafi, Nur Alia Natasha, dan Kamiruddin Izwan. Today, before we begin, I want everyone to take a mental notes. What was the very first things you did when you wake up on this morning? For about 80% of us, the answer is reaching for our phone. So we think we are just checking the news and seeing what is up, but we are entering a world carefully designed by some of the smartest engineer on the planet to keep us there for as long as possible. Today, our group is going to pull back the curtains on the psychology of social media algorithm. The first thing you need to understand is that the algorithm know you better than your best friends does. It does not just track what you like. It tracks what you hover over. It tracks how fast you scroll and even track the exact milliseconds you stop scrolling because of a specific color and maybe a face catches your eyes. So this is your digital fingerprint. Why it is so hard when you want to put your phone down? It is because of psychological concept called intermittent reinforcement. So which is it is when you think a lot. Sorry, if you think of a slot of machine in a casino. This is an example, which is if you want in every single time you pull the lever, it will get boring. But if you feel, you will quick. But because you might win on the next step, which is you want to pull it, so you keep on scroll, in, keep on going lah. So for every time you pull to refresh your feet, so which is you are playing a slot of machine in casino. That was an example for uh, what your mind's gonna trick you. So do not know if the best post, if will be about ads or something like a video that makes you laugh loud. They maybe release a hit of dopamines in your brain, and that is how the invisible architect keep you scrolling for hours. Now I will pass it to Tasha to explain what happens to our mind while we are inside the loops.
Thank you, Daniel. So, once the algorithm has hooked you, what is it showing you? This is where we enter the filter bubble. The algorithm's only goal is maximum engagement. It wants you to stay on the app so it can show you more ads. To do that, it feeds you content that it knows you already like. If you like cats, you see cats. If you have a specific political view, you see that view repeated back to you 1,000 times. But there is a serious consequences to this. Because we are only seeing what we already agree with, our exposure to diverse perspective decreases. We stop seeing the other side of a story. This creates a psychological trap where we become less empathetic and more narrow-minded, simply because the algorithm decided that challenging our views wasn't profitable to them. But there is a darker side to this. Psychologists have found that outrage is the most engaging emotion. We are more likely to comment, share, and argue when we are angry. Therefore, the algorithm often prioritizes contentious content. It pushes us into echo chambers where we think everyone's agree with us and anyone who does not must be wrong. This is not just a social problem, Is it a psychological one that increases stress and polarization? Furthermore, the algorithm does not just show us what we agree with, it shows us perfection. It prioritizes high quality, filtered, and aesthetic content. When we scroll, our brains subconsciously engage in social comparison. We compare our behind the scenes, our messy rooms, and bad hair days with everyone else's highlight reel. This leads to a phenomenon called social media fatigue or even Snapchat dysmorphia. We are being fed a version of reality that does not exist, and our brains are struggling to keep up. But is it not all bad news? I will hand it over to Afik to show us how we can take the power back.
Thank you, Tasha. It can feel like we are just found in giant experiments. But you have more power than you think. You can train your algorithm instead of letting it train you. The first step is international engagement. Most of us are passive scrollers. We let the algorithm choose for us. Start using the not interest or mute button aggressively. If a certain type of content makes you feel anxious or annoyed, tell the app you are a customer, so make the app work for you. And other psychological tricks is what we call the grayscale hack. The bright red notification bubbles and vibrant color on your screen are designed to trigger excitement. By going into your phone setting and turning your screen to grayscales, which is black and white, the reward becomes less stimulating. Suddenly, Instagram or TikTok look a lot less like a toy and a lot more like a tool. To wrap things up, we want to leave you with this thought. In the digital age, your attention is the most valuable currency on earth. Companies are literally fighting for every second of your time. Today, we have discussed three main things. First, how do algorithms use casino-style psychology to hook us? Second, how they create bubbles that can affect our mental health. And third, how we can use digital hygiene to regain control. The goal is not to delete your apps and live in a cave. The goal is to be a conscious user rather than passive holder. Thank you for your time.